Hello my friends, welcome to another watercolor tutorial. I'm just quickly changing out my water because it's yellow and this is a blue painting, so I don't want it to turn green. That is the habit of my paintbrushes. It will probably happen anyway. We're going to be painting something inspired by Miss.elalin. It's a aquatic scene, I suppose. And I expect this to be a quick one. Simple, quick, but dramatic, and hopefully beautiful. So I'm gonna take some navy blue. There's so many ways you can, start this, like do this. So many, oh my gosh. Can you tell I'm sleep deprived? There's a lot of ways you can paint this. And I'm taking my navy blue and I'm just painting, trying to like apply a lot of pigment in all four corners in like a rounded shape. I've taped the borders of my piece of paper to make this easier for myself. And then, then I'm fading it into like a slightly less intense blue, not navy blue, but a lighter blue. Wow, Julia, you are just on fire with the vocabulary today. Okay, and then we're gonna go into an even lighter blue, or you can just water it down, like water your blue down if you don't have an even lighter blue. Like, but I do have a lighter blue, so I'm gonna use it. And I'm just rinsing my brush in between every time I pick up paint, because I don't want the darkness to transfer, kind of like it did there. Now, from this point, I'm just cleaning off my brush, so there's just water on it, and I'm extending that blue until we get to the center, and I want to cover it just a tiny bit like so. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if that was not on the paper. I have a habit, or on the camera. So I don't like how light my corners are, so I'm gonna pick up black and mix it with that original blue and just add it back into the corners. I might have to redo everything because now I should have just left it because it started to fade really nicely here, if you can see that. Yeah, I should have just left it. I'm kind of trying to make this like a perfect circle. And prevent it from, the watercolor from spreading in areas that I don't want it to go. Sometimes watercolor has a mind of its own. So the other thing you can do is, while it's still wet, you can take a little bit of your, like the middle color of blue. Actually, no, I'm gonna take the navy blue mixed in with a little bit of the lighter blue and just dab it against a brush to splatter on some blue on there. Now, the point of this, I don't know. I just decided that in the spur of the moment. I don't know what that is. So, actually, I was gonna paint these little fishies next to the hammer shark, but this seems like an easier thing. It's just to splatter some blue, and they can be my fish, and bada bing, bada boom, I just have made fish in a few seconds instead of spending a lot of time doing what Miss.elalin probably did. But, you know, her painting probably looks much better than mine, so anyway, we're gonna let this completely dry before we come back and add our shark. So the middle is dry, I hope, which is the part that needs to be dry. And we can sketch out our aquatic animal. So you can paint whatever you want. I'm just going with what I see here, which looks like a hammer shark to me. I'm gonna flip this because there's less made up fish on this side. And yeah, we're just gonna pencil out our hammerhead shark. So what I suggest a lot is to just Google an image of one and then like trace it if you can. That is probably much easier than freehanding it, as I am attempting to do. So his fins and his dorsal fins. Kind of looks like the Loch Ness Monster to me, but who is critiquing me? Only myself and mean people on the internet. Okay, so I'm gonna take my original navy blue that I used, and I'm going to add a little bit of black in there, and I'm gonna paint this shark. So while I'm filling this shark in, I don't really have any further instructions. Oh, actually, that was a complete mistake, this little white gap. But I'm kind of liking it, so maybe not, we'll see. So I have so many things I want to say, but I have to be, or I don't have to be, but like I feel a lot more self-conscious about talking about my personal life, because somehow a lot of people from the village I live in have started to find out that I have this YouTube channel. And I shouldn't be surprised because word travels really fast in a town like mine. But it's kind of, this used to be like an outlet for me where I just could complain and talk about things going on in my life, and nobody, I think some of my family members watch, but like I tell them the same things, so I don't really care that they hear what I'm saying. But now I'm like, oh, it's a bit embarrassing to talk about what's going on in my life because random people who I don't know very well may be watching. And yeah, it's just odd. It's an odd feeling now. Okay, so I've painted this guy. And what I'm gonna do is take some white watercolor and add a highlight running along one side of this aquatic creature of ours. But anyway, kind of on the same topic, I am so grateful to my 2019-year-old self who on a late November evening, I think I saw, what is her name? It's like Lendea or something like that. She paints with olive oil. Oh my gosh. Yes, she paints with olive oil. There's an idea, guys. Go paint with olive oil and make a YouTube channel. No, she paints with oil paints, and I saw one of her like time lapses, and I was so inspired by it that I was like, I wanna film tutorials, and obviously I can't paint with oils. I don't have experience painting with oils, but I had at that point painted with watercolors quite a bit. So like November 30th, 2019, this channel was born, and I'm so grateful because it allows me to stay home with my baby, or it at least helps us out, right? Because my husband is the breadwinner. But anyways, that is our hammerhead shark. I'm just wondering if I should add anything to this guy. Like, I just took white watercolor and added some highlights to the arch of his back and whatnot, but maybe to fill in the blue, because the blue is looking a little bit empty and sad, I'll take some white watercolor and flick it around and make it look like a cosmos. And because that's white watercolor rather than acrylic paint, it's going to fade and not be as opaque. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. So you can peel your tape off if you also opted to have borders on your painting. And that's basically our painting. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial.